This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 FM and iTalk1067.com. Also brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Deemer's Glass, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center, Horn Auto Center, Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports, and Comfort Fit Dentures. And now, Sholo Ford presents high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com as we have the CHINLE Wildcats come down off the Northland to play the Winslow Bulldogs. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com. I am Aaron Hewish. I am joined courtside by Jim Johnston. How you doing this evening, Jim?
Good, Aaron. Glad to be here. Glad to watch a high school basketball game on a Thursday night. Two pretty good basketball teams. It should be a fun night.
As we segue into our Summit Healthcare injury report, Summit Healthcare has everything to get your athlete back in the game. As far as we know, Jim, and we've talked a little bit, we see no injuries for either team moving forward for this game.
No, it looks like everybody's dressed out, ready to play.
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center. Summit Regional Medical Center has everything to get your athlete back in the game. Now we're going to segue into our Ace Hardware pregame show. Ace Hardware has a 24/7 locksmith. The next time you're locked out of your car or just need a key replaced any hour of the day or night, any night of the week, call Ace Hardware in Pine Top, Overgarden, Sholo. And Jim, we're going to call this our keys to the game. And you've actually had some keys and some thoughts on the game. So take us through that.
Well, Winslow comes in with a 3-1 record. CHINLE's at 1-2. Although I think they're evenly matched. Winslow's wins. They beat Chino Valley, Monument Valley, and Ganado with the 5-point loss to Page, where CHINLE's lone win is against Sholo. Both teams are going to come out. I guarantee they're going to be aggressive. They're probably going to press most of the game. The team that controls the ball, that's able to break the press and get some easy buckets, the team that's going to win. The team that turns the ball over, I guarantee is going to lose the game.
So we talked on the way over, and one of the things we talked about is turnovers in high school basketball. And the team that wins the turnover batter generally wins the game. And what is your opinion of why that is?
It's just it's hard to win a game, and this is with any sport that where there's turnovers. You can't win when you give the ball to the other team.
You can't win when you get the ball to the other team, and I think it kills your momentum.
Oh, for sure.
So, as folks, we're going to take a little bit of break. This has been our Ace Hardware keys to the game. We're going to come back in a little bit, and we're going to bring you live action. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
When you think glass, think.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable. always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam and x-ray. 928-888-0002. 928-888-0002.
Welcome back to Winslow High School. Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com as we get ready for the starting lineup. And for the CHINLE Wildcats, 0, Jacoby Nastasio. Number 11, Jaden Lee. Number 24, Caleb Denetsosi. Number 30, Colin Laughing. And number 34, Jim, give us the breakdown of the Winslow Bulldogs.
Okay, for the Winslow Bulldogs, we got number 15, Isaac Panana. We got 22, Dalen Nez. 25, Ian Benally. Number 30, Jaden Curtis. And rounding out the 5, number 32, Isaac David.
So we have a senior, a junior, a freshman, and then another 2 seniors. So Winslow going with a very mixed lineup. For the Wildcats, we have a freshman, a junior, a senior, a sophomore, and then Kinlachi, and he's a junior. As we have Winslow's starting lineup, the officials for tonight's game are, our head official is Quinn Ashton, and he is flanked by Brian Lang and Paul Hancock, one of the best crews here in the White Mountains, as we get the starting lineup set. And we have our keys to the game. We're going to get started here with our Northland Pioneer College tip-off. And we'd like to thank Northland Pioneer College, Comfort Fit Dentures, Honda Ski, Deemer's Glass, Coronado Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, and Summit Regional Medical Center to be our sponsors tonight. As we're going to turn it over to our PA announcer, Winslow comes out in their white tops with the Winslow block script on the front, maroon letters outlined in gold. CHINLE comes in with their black uniforms, gold letters, and the Wildcat on each side. Winslow, Jim, going back to a little more of the traditional ASU type gold.
Yep.
I really like it.
Yeah, it is. It's very sharp.
So here we go. As we're going to get ready to toss them, is head official Quinn Ashton's going to come out to the middle, and we're going to have a jump ball. And it looks like we're going to have number 24, Dinette Sosi, is going to, no, he's not going to jump. We're going to have number 30, Colin Laughing, is going to jump against number 32 for the Bulldogs, and that's Isaac David. And there goes our Northland Pioneer College tip-off, and is tipped off and controlled by the Wendell Bulldog, and that's Benally bringing it up the court. Inside to David. Ball is up, no good. That was attempted by, that was number 25, Benally. Benally's going to go to the line, a chance to shoot a couple.
Yeah, one thing that's changed over the years is it was very rare to see a freshman starting. Here tonight we've got two, one for each team. It's just that's not used to be not common at all, and it gets more common. I think it's just better preparation from the young kids getting better earlier.
Well, there's Benally's first one, and it is good, and that is a great observation, Jim, because something I hadn't even thought of.
Or it could be something in the water.
I don't know. We see a lot of it. You see it more in the girls' game than the boys' game, as Benally's second free throw is good, and that's going to give Winslow an early 2-0 lead. As Winslow going to come out and press a little bit, and that's going to go to Kinlachi. Now over to Nastasio. Nastasio at the top weighted. We do have a shot clock in this game. You will not see it on your scoreboard, but we can give it to you as close as we can. We're down to 15 on the shot clock. Drive is by number 24, Dinette Sosi. No good. Rebound. Slaps around, and now that is Benally. And Jim, I've called Benally's name more than anybody's, and we're talking about the freshman. And as soon as I give him praise, he gets whistled and called with the carry.
Yeah, and it's a young mistake.
And that's one of those things that you just talked about, and that is turnovers. And Winslow gives us that first turnover of the game, and we got to eliminate those on each side of the ball. And that's one thing you want to see is good momentum and lack of turnovers and lack of stop of play.
Yeah.
Here's Kinlachi inside, and he shoots a no good. A rebound, Benally. Benally now brings it, throws it up the court to number 30. That is Curtis. Curtis over now to number 32, David. David up and in. He's going to be whistled. Offensive foul on the Bulldogs. And, Jim, I can't even put together how fast this game has started. Maybe not on the scoreboard, but just the play.
Yeah, both teams are coming out aggressive. Both teams are coming out. I think both teams are excited to play tonight.
And that is, they have it as 32 on the board. That's David's first personal, first team, as Nastasio goes and the 10-second ball counts. And we're going to get a 10-second violation as Lee attempts to push it over the court, and he's going to be whistled for a 10-second violation, and that's going to give Winslow the ball.
It's first turnover for CHINLE.
As here comes the Bulldogs. That's going to be Curtis with the ball. Over to Benali. Benali to his left, over on the far side. Kicks it back over to Panana. Now over on the other side to Nez. Inside is to number 32, and that is going to be Isaac David as no good by the Wildcats. Pushed up the court by David. And David loses it, and Kinlichi is going to be credited with the turnover as, Jim, we're not looking good for the Bulldogs on the turnovers, but the CHINLE's not protecting it well either.
Nope, sometimes when you try to run, that's just the nature of the beast. The ball, you turn the ball just over a little bit more than a team is typically a half-court ball control team.
As now we have Curtis with the ball. Curtis, no, not Curtis. That's Laughing. Laughing at the top of the key. Shot by Danette Sosi. And we have a whistle. And who made that, Jim? Number 25. Let's see. 24. That was Danette Sosi. David dribbling. Now over Benali. Benali crossed to the other side to Nez. Back to David, and there's a whistle, and there's going to be a foul. Black 0, and that's going to be Nastasio whistled for the foul. That's going to be ball out for the Bulldogs as Benali's going to be set to inbounds as we got some subs. Parker, Tom, and I didn't see the other one. I believe it was Guy check in. There's Benali. Benali inside. That is going to be David for 2 points. 6-2 in favor of the Bulldogs. That's going to be number 34 for the Wildcats. Pull up, and that is good, and that's going to be Kinlichi 4-2. 6-4 early in the game. Here's Benali. Benali now close. Benali to David. David back to Benali, and that's going to be a 3-point shot. Attempted by Panana, no good. Rebound kicked out to Danette Sosi. Now it's going to be stolen. Forward to Panana. Off the backboard. Good for 2. 8-4 in favor of the Bulldogs just over halfway through this fourth quarter. As that's going to be kicked forward to Kinlichi. Now he gives it back to Danette Sosi, who's controlling things at the top. Over to Guy. Inside to Kinlichi. He takes the dribble. Now puts it back in the hands of Parker. And Parker's going to be whistled, and he's going to get another turnover for the Wildcats. Is he going to be whistled for the travel? And that's going to be ball out for the Bulldogs. As Benali has the ball, he's being guarded by Guy. Brings it over to the time stripe. Forward to number 22. That is Nez. David with the ball now. David dribbles to his right. Looks. Puts it up, no good. Off the backboard, off the rim. Rebound is by Guy. That's going to be knocked away, and that's going to go to the CHINLE Wildcats, knocked out on the Bulldogs.
Pretty fast start to the game.
Very fast start to the game. It looked like right there, Tom wanted to throw a long court pass, and he let up real quick. As here's going to be Parker with the ball. Parker nearly has it knocked away, gathers it back in, sends it back to Danette Sosi. Over on the far side to Davis. Back to Danette Sosi. Danette Sosi to Tom. Tom, no good. Grabs his own rebound over on the near side in the corner. Danette Sosi ends up with it. Over to Guy. Guy, no good. Rebound. Guy ends up with the rebound. That's going to be 5. Davis with the shot, no good. Nastasio with the rebound. Back to Nastasio at the top of the key. He goes, he kicks. That is going to be number 5, Davis with the miss. As Benali gets the rebound and gives it to David. Long court pass by David, intercepted by Guy. Guy now bringing it up over on the far side. Back to Parker. Parker looks, 25 seconds on the shot clock. Top of the key. Ball inside the Guy. Now controlled by Danette Sosi. Danette Sosi to his right, to his left. Tries to force it in. No good. Tries to force it into Parker. No good. As I believe that was Kinlichi put it up. Now we have forward to the Bulldogs. And that's going to be a long court pass. And I don't think the crowd realized that that was meant for David. And David's actually going to be whistled for the travel. So no points there. 8-4, early lead for the Bulldogs. Just under 2 minutes left here in this first quarter.
That was a good call. He cannot take 3 steps.
It's not the National Basketball Association.
No.
I would think it would be funny if they started calling that in the NBA. I think it'd be a lot of upset players and some upset fans.
For sure.
But in high school ball, these great officials catching every detail. As that's going to be a ball out on the Bulldogs and now belong to the Wildcats. As the ball's inbounded to Parker. Parker dribbles between. He's guarded by Benali. Parker to his right, just under the free throw line. Out to number 5, Bahi, and that is a Comfort Fit Dentures 3-pointer by Bahi. As Bahi brings the Wildcats 8-7 to these Bulldogs. As Davis goes in, he spins, he spins, he spins. Slips on the pivot foot, and we know what that is. And how appropriate. Oh, that was Caleb Davis. I made a mistake on that Comfort Fit Dentures 3-pointer. That was Caleb Davis, my mistake. As Jim Davis is whistled for travel, as that's number 23 goes in. 23 Tom, it's an air ball. Team gets a rebound, and we're going to get a whistle, and we're going to get a foul on the Bulldogs as CHINLE's going to go to the line. No. We have a foul on the Wildcats. That is Tom. Ball's going to be out by the Bulldogs, and how appropriate, Jim, we have a travel on Route 66 tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
As Panana brings up the ball, he drives in the middle of the lane at the free throw line. Ball is tipped forward to Benali. Benali is going to be fouled. That is going to be, I'm not sure if we have a replay on that, but it looks like he got kind of hit in the head. Yeah, I think there was a little bit of body contact. As Benali's going to go to the line to shoot another couple. Benali with 2 points in the game. David leading all scorers right now.
So his first trip to the line, he was 2 for 2. Let's see if he can repeat himself.
Benali's first one, the freshman, good. As number 13, McCurtain, Bradley McCurtain checks in for Caleb Guy. McCurtain, the freshman. So we have a couple freshmen on this roster. As Benali's second free throw is good, extending that lead to 10-7. 1 minute and 4 seconds left. Wildcats with the ball. Danette Sosi with the ball. He's guarded closely, forced into a trap. Davis with the ball. Davis forward to Nez. Nez puts it up, and that's an easy 2 for Nez. As we get a whistle, and we get an official timeout. And he's going to have to go. And Mr. Ashton telling Danette Sosi he's going to have to go, and he's going to be replaced by number 30, Laughing. And I think that's a good replacement because he's limping pretty hard there, Jim. Good for that young man not to continue.
Yep.
So we'll take a close look at that one on our Summit Healthcare injury report. 45 seconds left. Ball's underneath. And that's going to be shot by Tom. Davis with the block. David, excuse me. As Bulldogs now have the ball. Nez with a long three-point shot. And that is a Comfort Fit Dentures 3-point shot. 26 seconds left. Shot clock is now off, as I can't see the number on that, and it goes and hit the wire up top. That's going to be out of bounds. That's going to belong to the Bulldogs, up 15-7 here in the first quarter. And that's inside. David with the rebound. We're going to get a push, and David's going to be called with the proverbial push, as some people would call that, over the back. But last I checked the rule book, that foul does not exist. Yep. Wildcats with the ball down, 15 seconds.
That's number 2 on Isaac David.
That's 2 on him. We need to watch that a little close too as we move on. As whistle, no good. That's going to end the first quarter with a score of 15-7. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
Want to go fishing? Head to Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. They have fishing supplies, outdoor fishing attire, and fishing gear. Plus all kinds of bait, including live worms, flies, and lures. The staff are experienced anglers, and they can advise you on what you need, where to go, and what type of bait the fish are biting on. Plus, pick up your fishing, camping, and boat permits. When you think fishing, think Honda Ski and Outdoor Sport. Located on Highway 260, 1 mile before the casino.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com.
Welcome back to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7, as the alternating possession is going to favor the CHINLE Wildcats as we start this second quarter. The Bulldogs up 15-7 on the Wildcats. Jim, there's a couple things we talked about at our break. Go ahead and take us through those.
So, keys to the game, we talked about turnover battle. Winslow's got 5, CHINLE's got 4, although Winslow's got a lead on it, so they're essentially even. Just Winslow's been the more aggressive team up till now, and because of that, they're leading the game.
Jim, as we talk about it, and it looks like the style of ball is that's going to be a whistle, and it's going to be a foul, as that is going to be number 34, Kinlichi, with a 2, and he's going to have a chance to extend this and make it a 3-point play, as the foul is going to be whistled on David, and that is his second. And Jim, the style of offense that both these teams play kind of lend themselves to the turnover. So it's not uncommon for a team to have, say, 25 turnovers in a game like this.
No, it does. When you have a team that wants to get out and run, by nature, there's going to be more turnovers than somebody that doesn't.
And both these teams definitely seem like they want to run.
Oh, yeah. They want to get out and push the ball up the court.
As Panana's going to dribble, he's going to look fake to Benali, as that's going to be given to David. David up, no good. Rebound is number 22, Nez. And he's going to have that's going to be his 7th point of the night, as CHINLE with the ball down 17-10. Long 3-point shot by Guy, no good. Rebound. The rebound was actually by Nez. Nez to Panana, back to Benali. Now we get it inside, and that's going to be number 30 with the ball. And number 30 is Jaden Curtis. Curtis is going to get his own rebound and put it back, and he's going to be fouled. So he's going to have a chance to go to the line and give the Bulldogs a little bit more of a lead.
Jaden's got that big body, able to box out, make sure he gets position, is able to get his, shoot the ball, get his own rebound, shoot it again, gets the foul, goes to the line.
Both Winslow's guys up front move very well, and that is Curtis and David. And we've seen David. We noticed him last year when we had a couple of games with these Bulldogs, how he runs and does things.
Yeah, as a football coach, I hope those kids are playing on the offensive defensive lines for Winslow High School. They're some big boys.
They've moved very well. Yes, here's a second free throw, and that one is good. That's his first point of the night, as we're going to get a whistle. And we're going to have Kyle Willie check in for his first time today. And he immediately goes over to guard Kinlichi. As Wildcats now control the ball, being pressed a little bit. Forward to Danette Sosi. Danette Sosi over to Jaden Lee, and Jaden brings it across the time stripe. Now Jaden loses it. Rebound is Benali, steal is Benali. Benali goes, stutters, and CHINLE bench wanted to travel. Didn't get it. Rebound by David. Act to Benali to Panana. Over on the far side. Bulldogs control, and that's number 23, Quinones. Quinones misses, no good. Rebound, forward Lee by the Wildcats. Lee goes up, left hand, left side. Lee puts it up for his first 2 points of the game. 18-12 in favor of the Bulldogs. As there's David dribbling. David's going to almost look to shoot about an 11-foot jumper. Now he sends it out to Benali. Benali, the freshman, to David. Back inside, and that's going to be to Willie. And Willie takes a pivot step under the basket. He's going to be whistled for an offensive foul. That's going to belong to the Bulldogs, and that's Willie's first personal. And even though it's a player control, it goes against those 5 fouls to get those free throw shots. As now Laughing controls, Laughing moves in, and Laughing's going to be traveling on Route 66. 18-12, 5:56 left here in the first half. As Benali gets the inbound pass, forward to David. David to his left, to his right, top of the key. David, 14-foot jumper, no good. We're going to get a whistle, and that's going to be on Jaden Lee, and that's going to put David at the line to shoot a couple. David, 4 points on the night.
Yep, one important thing is, as you get out of the press and you set up your half-court offense, you have to make sure that off-the-ball movement is good and very fast. It's hard to score if you can't move off the ball and make sure you get the ball going around.
David makes his first free throw. Nice shot there by our camera crew. As David lines up for his second. Second free throw is good. David has 6 on the night. Inbounded to Danette Sosi. Danette Sosi being pressed to Laughing. Laughing over across the time stripe to Lee. And was that a travel call?
This is a walk,
Another turnover.
Yep.
Another turnover for the Wildcats. Wildcats down 20-12.
It's number 6 on the Wildcats for the night.
As Panana's going to get it, and that's going to go inside, and that's going to be David. No good as David comes out, Jim, playing kind of a swingman role. He handles the ball a little bit, in and out, and in and out, and he puts up a 3 there, although it was no good.
That's 2 quick fouls on Kyle.
That's Willie with his second personal. And the free throw battle, Winslow is definitely doing a lot more to get the ball inside as CHINLE's going to get another turnover. As I've got Winslow 8. I've got them 7 for 8 at the line, and that's quite a bit of the difference in the game right now, Jim.
Yeah, they're shooting the free throws really well. But that's not abnormal.
No, it's not. They shoot free throws very well. As Benali over to Panana. That's number 23, Quinones. No good. Rebound, Benali. Benali setting it up again. New shot clock. Over to Panana. Benali, 3-point shot, no good. Rebound, Panana puts it up and in. No good, gets his own rebound. And we're going to be whistled. We're going to have a jump ball. And I believe that is going to stay here and belong to the Winslow Bulldogs according to the NFHS rules of alternating possession. As I did not see who checked in. I believe that was number 20, Lee, checking in for the Bulldogs. Lee to Panana. Panana over on the far side. Inside to David. David, jump shot, uses the backboard and puts it through. Isaac David for 2. Here's Danette Sosi up the court to Kinlichi. Now Kinlichi ends up back with the ball. Sends it to Nastasio. And that's going to be Danette Sosi. Long 3-point attempt. No good. Now, Jim didn't make it, goes out of bounds, is that considered a turnover? I don't know.
It's not a turnover, but I mean it was an air ball, so.
So it's a turnover.
That's not a turnover.
But we're not putting it down in the stats as one.
No, it's just a missed shot. That's what I would say. I wouldn't put it
I
down
agree
as a
with you,
turnover.
but I was trying to get a definition here.
Maybe by the letter of the law, it's turnover because it went out of bounds. But I'm not going to call it a turnover.
There we go. As now we have Lee holding the ball over for the Bulldogs. This is to the near side to David. Back to Nastasio. To Lee. To David. David sends it out. Nastasio, three-point shot. No good. Rebound, Bulldogs. That's going to be put up and in. I believe Willie put the rebound and put the ball back up and in. And he's going to be whistled. And up 10.
Winslow is getting they are very aggressive on the offensive board. They're getting very good position, and they're getting offensive rebound after offensive rebound. And it is very hard to win the ball game.
Willie is
going
to be the one fouled, but he's not going to be called for a shooting foul. And so it's going to be ball out by the Bulldogs, ball out for the Bulldogs, as Lee is going to inbound the ball. As there's Willie, puts it up. That's going to be no good. Rebound is David. David puts it up for 2 points. That's another 2 points for Isaac David of the Winslow Bulldogs, giving them a 12-point lead. As that's a nice pass by number 30, Laughing, and I didn't see who put that up and in there in the end.
I think it's number 5, Caleb Davis.
I think it was Davis as well. That's Davis's 5th point on the night. As David with the ball, back to Lee. Lee, 18-foot jumper, good.
Quinones.
That was Quinones?
Yeah, Gino Quinones.
I thought that was as a 3-point shot. Totally, I believe that was number 5, Davis. As Davis gets a 3-point shot, so we're going to sort out. We're going to take a break here. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you: Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Welcome back to Sholo Ford's presentation of iTalk1067.com. 30-second timeout taken by the Winslow Bulldogs, up 26-17. As we're going to have Panana is going to inbound the ball. Panana inbounds the ball to Lee. Back to Panana, who's going to bring it up. Being pressed a little bit, but throws it across the time stripe. And that is number 45. 45 is another David. And he puts it in, and Quinones misses too. As we're going to have the ball kicked around, we're going to have a kicking violation, and that's going to be, there's a discussion here. As there's a kick, and the officials are going to have a discussion and come together on what it was. Ball's going to be in down. There's Quinones. Quinones, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Gino Quinones.
All right, defensive foul.
Oh, that's a defensive foul. I've been corrected. So that's going to be a blocking foul, and that's going to put Quinones at the line. Thank you, Mr. Johnston. I've been known to make mistakes.
Well, we had one official saw it one way, the other one saw it the other way, and the one that saw it as a defensive foul.
So I was watching one, so it wasn't totally my fault, but it is.
No.
As Quinones misses his first one. Second free throw is good, and that's going to be his 3rd point of the night. CHINLE to inbound the ball. Here's Davis. Davis on the near side, crosses the time stripe. Davis inside to McCurtain. McCurtain ball out of bounds, and that's going to be another turnover for the Wildcats. Stay tuned, folks. We have our Honda Ski and Outdoor halftime show, and at the end of the game, we have our Deemer's Glass Man of the game, our Horn Center drive of the game, as there's another 2 points for the...
Good work by the Bulldogs on the board right there. That was number 45.
That was number 45, David, with his first points of the game. As we're also going to have at the end of the game our Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint player of the game. As we're going to whistle, and we're going to get a step on the line, and we have another turnover by the CHINLE Wildcats. 2 minutes and 14 seconds left, 29-17. As here's Panana over to Lee. Lee, about a 13-foot jumper, no good. Gathered in by Yazia, the Wildcats. Forward to Danette Sosi. As now McCurtain has the ball. Inside to Nastasio. As we look at the replay here, and that's going to be ball out and now belong to the Wildcats. Forward to David. David over to Panana. And that's going to knock out of David's hands. That's Josh David. And that's going to belong to the Wildcats. Nastasio on the fast break. Nastasio left side, left hand for his first points of the game. Winslow with the ball. That's going to be Quinones inside, rebounded by David, knocked out of bounds, and that's going to be knocked out by David, and that's going to go to the Wildcats, down 29-19 with 1 minute and 18 seconds left, and McCurtain to rebound. McCurtain to Danette Sosi, back to McCurtain. McCurtain crosses over the middle court. Now he's on the near side, over, sends it over, three-point land. Davis, no good. Whistle. I'm not sure. Is that a jump ball?
I'm not sure what happened on that.
I don't know what happened, but we saw a signal for a jump ball. So regardless, Wildcats have it. And that's Danette Sosi. Danette Sosi to Nastasio. Now with McCurtain. McCurtain three-point shot. No good. Rebound, number 20 for the Wildcats, and that is Lee. As Lee gets it stolen, as we're going to get a whistle and we're going to get a timeout as CHINLE controls it. It's a 30-second timeout. We're going to take it as well. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
Welcome to Horn Auto Center. Gobble up all of these savings with our Black Friday deals going on all month long, like our very last 2024 2500 Chevy Duramax, $7,000 off, and we have a half-ton 2024 four-wheel drive crew cab RST, $12,200 off. Come on over to Horn Auto Center on the Deuce of Clubs or go to hornauto.com. We are the GMC Chevy store that saved you more.
Welcome back to the end of the second quarter action here at Winslow High School as the Winslow Bulldogs maintain a 10-point lead on the visiting CHINLE Wildcats with 43.8 seconds left to play here in the first half. The next foul by CHINLE will put Winslow at the line as CHINLE's going to have a chance to inbounds here. Down 10. Inbound is the Danette Sosi. Danette Sosi brings it over the middle. Now he flows to the middle, top of the key. Danette Sosi now drives to his right. Looks to shoot it from the free throw line. Doesn't. Pass inside. Now it's back out, and it is knocked away. Ball intended inside for Nastasio. Knocked around a little bit. Winslow almost maintains possession, but kicked out of bounds. Now it belongs to the Bulldogs and Danette Sosi to inbound. As Danette Sosi ends up in the hands of Kinlichi. Kinlichi on the far side, dribbles down low, puts it up. 8-foot jumper, no good. Rebound by the Bulldogs. That is Josh David as he gives it to Panana. Panana, shot clock is off, 10 seconds. Panana directing traffic over on the near side, over to Lee as we're going to get a three-point shot. No good as David's going to put it back for two. That's going to end the first half. with the score 31-19 in favor of the Winslow Bulldogs. We'll come back for our Honda Ski and Outdoor halftime show. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learn a new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC. Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here at home.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable, always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam and x-ray. 928-888-0002. 928-888-0002.
Want to go skiing or snowboarding? Visit our friendly Honda Outdoor Sports. We offer skis, snowboards, and helmet rentals, custom footbeds, ski and snowboard repairs, as well as retail shopping for your snow gear, goggles, beanies, snow tubing, and even ice fishing supplies. We have all you need to prepare you for the outdoors. We welcome you to Honda Outdoor Sports, located 1 mile west of the casino.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com.
Welcome back to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com as we segue into our Honda Ski and Outdoor halftime show. Honda Ski and Outdoor for the best selection of hiking, camping, hunting, and fishing gear. Go to the Honda Ski and Outdoor store north of Pine Top on Highway 260 just before you get to the Honda Casino. As we come in with a halftime lead for the Winslow Bulldogs of 31-19. And we'll go over some stats here in a little bit, but Jim, your thoughts on the first half?
Well, you know, as we talked about at the beginning of the game, turnover battle is going to be key. Winslow turned the ball over twice in that second quarter.
Winslow turned the ball over twice in the second
twice,
quarter.
You know, which is pretty good for a high school basketball team. CHINLE turned the ball over 5 times. Probably more of a bigger thing actually this quarter was offensive rebounds. Winslow crashes the boards. Every time a shot goes up, there's 2 to 3 kids going towards the basket. And Isaac David's the leading point man for Winslow. He's got 12 points, and half of those, 6 of them have come on second chance.
I believe
points.
You're right.
So it's, when you give up second chance points and you win the turnover battle, you're going to win most ball games.
Interesting. So, as you mentioned, the big men getting it done for the Bulldogs, that's Jaden Curtis, Isaac David, and Kyle Willie. And as you mentioned, David is our leading point scorer for the night. He's got 12. But more importantly to me is that this 12-point lead, as Winslow's been consistent in scoring, they put up, 16 in that quarter, 15 in the first quarter, and that's an awful lot for a quarter of high school basketball. And CHINLE, I think, is lacking a little bit on the defensive end, but CHINLE's just not able to compete inside with those big bodies.
No, that's been the biggest difference is on both sides. Defensive rebound for Winslow and offensive rebound for Winslow. They're bigger bodies. They get good position, and they're hustling.
As the leading point scorer for the CHINLE Wildcats is Caleb Davis, number 5, and his have come off of 2 Comfort Fit Dentures 3-pointers, and I have him down for 8 for the evening. As the other thing is I have CHINLE 1 for 1 at the line. Is that about what you have him for?
That's what I have.
And Winslow has been to the line 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So there's a discrepancy, and that goes back to what you talked about, is those inside men banging those boards, they're going to get those fouls called, whereas CHINLE's playing a much more finesse. CHINLE coming off a loss the other night, a 15-point loss to the Lobos in the Wildcat Den, and I think that was a little bit of the same as Snowflake not only plays big, they play finesse. So CHINLE's going to have to learn to play that big game if they want to compete moving forward.
Yeah, they're just going to have to get more physical, more aggressive, and they've got the talent to do it. They just got to do it.
Well, I've been impressed with Nastasio's handle of the ball. Of course, Davis is shooting, and Davis isn't even one of their starters. He's coming off the bench.
No, he's played very well for the Wildcats. He's shot the ball well. He's playing pretty good on defense. Yeah.
Well, don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to come back for some second half action. But before we break, we'd like to run down our sponsors: Sholo Ford, Ace Hardware in Pine Top, Overgarden, Sholo, Honda Ski and Outdoor, Northland Pioneer College, Horn Auto Center, Summit Regional Medical Center, Comfort Fit Dentures, Horn Auto Center, and Mountain Mobile Auto Glass are the sponsors that make this game possible. We're going to go ahead and take a break here. This is Sholo Ford, Honda Ski and Outdoor presentation of your halftime show. Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you: Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Welcome to Horn Auto Center. Gobble up all of these savings with our Black Friday deals going on all month long, like our very last 2024 2500 Chevy Duramax, $7,000 off, and we have a half-ton 2024 four-wheel drive crew cab RST, $12,200 off. Come on over to Horn Auto Center on the Deuce of Clubs or go to hornauto.com. We are the GMC Chevy store that saves you more.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learning new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC. Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here at...
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com.
Welcome to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com as the Winslow Bulldogs get the alternating possession to start the second half. This is our Northland Pioneer College tip-off. When it comes time to tip off your college education, tip it off the college with the lowest tuition in the state. That's Northland Pioneer College. Locations in Navajo and Apache County. Northland Pioneer College. As the Bulldogs bang it around a little bit, 16 left on the shot clock. Ultimately, is going to end up in the hands of Curtis. Now that's going to be stolen by number 24, Danette Sosi. Danette Sosi, easy layup, and that was a little scary there, Jim, but it squeaked in. As Danette Sosi with the first points of the Bulldogs, or the Wildcats for this half.
So it'll be interesting to see, as a fan, what the team that's losing comes out, see what kind of adjustments they made. The talent discrepancy is not that big with these two teams, and I think CHINLE's not playing to what they're capable of playing, so let's see what the coaches are said to them and see what they do in the second half.
CHINLE did not exit the locker room until about 15 seconds left on the halftime clock, and it's not like football where you get a 3-minute warm-up. I thought we might start this half with a technical foul, but we did not. So now the ball controlled by the Wildcats. That's going to be Tom with the ball. Over to Danette Sosi. And that's going to be Lee with the ball. Lee has it kind of knocked away. That's number 24 with the shot, and that's Danette Sosi. And we're going to have a new shot clock after the air ball. And Bulldogs have the ball. Benali with the ball over to number 30. That's Jaden Curtis with a 3-point Comfort Fit Dentures 3-point shot.
That's his first bucket of the night.
It is first bucket of the night, and it is a big one as that gives this team a lead. And now we go inside. And that is going to be Kinlachi for the Wildcats. He gets the ball back to the top of the key. Number 24, Danette Sosi. Danette Sosi drives, puts it up, kisses it off the glass. No good. Rebound, Kinlachi, and it is good. Bulldogs with the ball. Panana, 3-point shot, no good. Rebound, Wildcats. Rebound is by Danette Sosi. As the Wildcats doing everything they can to try to claw back in this game. Important third quarter for them. Now Lee with the ball. We're going to get a whistle.
It's jump ball.
That's going to belong to the Wildcats. Inside to number 11. Lee, no good.
So that's kind of a difference that's going on with the offensive rebounds. You had guys shooting the ball, and not one of the Wildcats crashed the boards on that to try to get that offensive rebound. You can't get an offensive rebounds if you don't crash the boards.
Well, and that's going to be – is that going to be – no, the Wildcats had the ball. It was kicked, but it's going to be Wildcats' ball, and that was close to being a turnover 4.
Yep,
I believe it was a turnover 4. As Danette Sosi with the ball. And Danette Sosi is going to be whistled past that 28-foot line, guarded by Panana, and he's going to get a 5-second violation. And we just don't see those very much in high school basketball.
Nope, it's a rare occurrence.
And that's also a turnover.
He just wasn't aware that he was getting counted.
Well, and that does go down as a turnover.
Yep.
As now Benali with the ball inside to David. David's going to kick it. That's going to be a backcourt violation, and that's going to belong. So it's going to go a turnover for the Bulldogs. Backcourt violation, and now the ball will belong to the Wildcats with a chance to cut the lead down to single digits. Here's Tom to inbound. Inbound is to Parker. Parker to his left over on the far side. He got it from Banana. Parker drives, looks. We're going to get a whistle, and we're going to get a push. And that's going to be on 15. Banana with his first personal. That's going to be the first team of the quarter. Chinle ball. Parker controls it. Parker over to Danette Sosi. Danette Sosi inside.
That was a
beautiful pass to Tom. Tom puts it up and in for 2, as that's going to be more of an assist, and that's going to be in line for our Coronado Center drive of the game. As here's David with the ball, top of the key. David now spins at the free throw line. Wants to shoot it, doesn't. Goes to Nez, who has it blocked. Whistle, foul. And we're going to have Josh David check in. We're going to have ball out of bounds, no foul, and that's going to belong to the Bulldogs. Benali to inbound. Benali long court pass, except it goes to the backcourt. Nez brings it over. Nez wanted to shoot it, was close to a travel. Now to Panana. Panana to his left at the free throw line. He drives. That is blocked by the Wildcats. Now to Parker. Parker controls it for the Wildcats over on the far side. Again, wanting to cut this lead even more. Over to 24, Danette Sosi. Loses it, back and forth. 3-point shot, no good. I think the Bulldogs got a little piece of that. We're going to get a whistle, and we're going to get a foul. That's going to go against the Bulldogs. That's going to go against Benali. Ball out and going to belong to the Wildcats. Danette Sosi to inbound. We're going to get a whistle, and we're going to timeout, a full timeout. We're going to take it as well. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there, and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Welcome back. Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com is the Chinle Wildcats hitting a little bit of the point disparity to try to get back in this game, as we're going to have Danette Sosi to rebound. And Jim, as we turn it over to our cameras here, talk about what we were just talking about at the break about the halftime adjustments by the Wildcats, as that's a Comfort Fit Dentures three-pointer by Danette Sosi.
Yeah, they've a much better job with the turnovers. They've only got one turnover for the quarter. Way better defensive effort. Winslow's only scored one three-point bucket, and Chinle's got 9 points. So it's whatever the coach said to them, it's working, and they're calling back into the game.
As they do their best to get back in the game, but it always is interesting to me when these coaches are able to make these adjustments. And I don't think it was as much as Winslow got casual as Chinle did make some of the right adjustments for this half. And what do you think he told him? I mean, looking into the mind of a coach, what do you think he told him this half at halftime? As that's going to be Danette Sosi in there for 2.
It was probably just lackadaisical effort, not giving the effort that they needed to give to win this ball game. And so maybe it's just like, one of those kind of things that you need to give a better effort. Play the type of basketball that you're capable of playing.
So you think it was more of a motivation as Winslow has another turnover? You think it was more of a motivation thing than it was scheme?
Yeah, I think so.
As there's going to be a whistle and there's going to be a foul, and that's going to go against the Wildcats. That's going to go against number 24, Caleb Danette Sosi. I might have to. So, Jim, I'm going to have to kind of agree with you that as I was sitting here thinking it was masterful scheme, but you think the coach was just effort.
Yeah,
because you felt like
effort.
Lackadaisical effort, Thursday afternoon, getting close to Christmas break. I do believe they have a tournament. Is the tournament this weekend up there? I'm not sure. But nonetheless, Bulldogs inbound the ball. Bulldogs. Nezzi with the ball. Anthony Nezzi. And that is Isaac David now with it. David back to number 22, Dalen Nez. Nez way at the top of the key. Over to Nezzi. That's to Josh David. 3-point shot by Isaac David, no good. Rebound controlled by the Wildcats. Now the Wildcats trying to run down with a little bit with Parker. Parker to Lee, back to Parker. 24 seconds on the shot clock. We're going to get a whistle, and we're going to get 34 for the Wildcats is going to be whistled for a foul, and that's going to go back to the Bulldogs. That's going to be on number 34. That's Kinlichi, and that's going to be his third personal with 2 minutes left here in the third, and that's something you got to watch for.
Yep, he's one of the bigger boys for the CHINLE. It's and very important that he stays in this game so he can bang with his big boys for Winslow.
Bulldogs going with, I believe that's Acathley in there, and that's his first time in the game, as he's going to miss the shot, and that's going to be rebounded by the Wildcats. Tom controls it. That's Danette Sosi with the ball now at the top of the key. Given over to Kinlichi. Kinlichi loses it. Got wheeled in by number 24, Nezzi. Nezzi left, right. Now he's forward Akolthali. Inside, no good. Rebound, Wildcats. Rebound, Lee for the Wildcats as Lee controls it. Brings it over the time stripe. The CHINLE coach looking, I don't know what he's saying, but he's pointing to get somebody over. As Lee avoids, or Danette Sosi avoids the close to guard, he's going to put it up off. We're going to have a jump ball. We're going to have a whistle, and we're going to have a whistle. We're going to have a foul, and that's going to go against number 11, Jaden Lee of the CHINLE Wildcats. Ball's going to belong to the Winslow Bulldogs with a minute left here in the third quarter with a foul count of 4-2. 4 for the Wildcats, 2 for the Bulldogs. Ball's inbound to Benali. Benali to David. David, 32, crosses the time stripe. Over on the far side. David left, David right. Works off the screen by David. And we're getting a whistle, and we're going to get a travel.
So, Aaron, we've got 50 seconds left. We've got less than 1 minute in this quarter. Have you ever seen a quarter where there has not been a foul shot in the bonus?
There's no foul shots this half.
It's crazy that we have not had that many.
Because we had a bunch in the first half.
Yeah, with the way that
and this game is moving along.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point. Wildcats inbound. Parker inbounds it. Now he gets his inbound back. Danette Sosi with the ball. Inside to Kinlichi. Kinlichi puts it on the court. Goes in. He has the ball knocked away. Rebound is by Quinones. Quinones now forward to Nezzi. Nezzi crosses over the middle. Nezzi to his left. Tries to drive the lane. Now he dishes. And he dishes to Josh David, who it skips off his hands. Out of bounds. Now to the Wildcats. As Jim, I only have the Wildcats with 3 points this quarter.
Just that
as I look at the score and looking back over everything, I believe that's it.
First of the quarter, yeah.
There's Parker with the shot. No good. Rebound. Bulldogs. I thought that was number 10. Acathy. Wildcats with the steal. Down, whistle, and it's going to be good. We're going to have a chance for a three-point play, and the Wildcats could almost disappear this lead with a foul shot here. Kinlichi is going to get credited with the basket. He's going to go to the line. And the foul is going to go against Josh David with 3.8 seconds left. So Kinlichi's, as we're going to check in a whole fresh 5 here for the Wildcats. That's good. And that is 34-33. And
so I think
settle in for a fourth quarter.
I think what the coach is wanting to do on this last 3 seconds is to make sure that none of his starters get a foul on this last, a cheap foul with these 3.8 seconds left. So he's just sub them all out and not worry about it.
So he's cleared the court. He's yelling at him, nothing deep, nothing deep. 3.8 seconds left. The ball's inbounded. Now it's knocked away. Wildcats get it, put it up, no good, and that is going to be the quarter. We're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll come back and talk about this one. This is CHINLE Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable. Always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam and x-ray. 928-888-0002. 928-888-0002.
Welcome back to CHINLE Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com. As after we went to our break, we had a technical foul that went on this quarter. The technical foul was on Raymond Parker, and that is going to be, 1:45. I'm not sure if it was on, who exactly it was on, but we're going to have Benali. If we can go to a replay, maybe we'll keep it here to start the As we come back to start this quarter, the officials are discussing it, but we had a technical foul, and that puts Benali shooting the technical foul shots, and that gives his team that was a 1-point lead to start the fourth quarter, now a 3-point lead. And, Jim, that could factor really huge as we go down the stretch.
Yep, number one, after he shot that three-pointer, basically showed the referee that he got hit on the wrist, right in his face, and you can't do that. You have to... Even if you did get fouled, you need to shut your mouth. You need to go back, go in the huddle, and get prepared for the fourth quarter.
Well, one of the things that I like to say is in the games of baseball and softball, what's the strike zone? And the answer is chest to the knee. No, that's not the answer. The answer is what the umpire calls. And in basketball, if it's a foul, if the official calls it, and as much as you do want to argue, and I understand heated passion, you got to maintain that because you just gave your opponent, who you had fought so hard to get back in this game, that had a 1-point lead. Now you give them a 3-point lead, and they get the ball to start this quarter according to those rules. So Winslow's going to inbound the ball, and your thoughts to start this fourth quarter?
Well, CHINLE had a very, very good third quarter. Made this a ball game. They protected the ball. Got way better on the defense side of the boards. Made sure Winslow didn't get near as many as what they did in the first half, and they came back. So it's going to be a good second half, or good fourth quarter.
As we got a 3-point shot there by Danette Sosi, and it's now rebounded by the Wildcats, put back up, and missed, but rebounded by number 23, Tom. Tom puts it up for 2. As Jim, even with those technical foul shots, the Winslow Bulldogs, 5 points that quarter is all they had. And your CHINLE Wildcats, 14. And that basically erased that debt, as now they still have that 3-point due to the technical foul. As we whistle and we have a foul, and that's going to be inbounded now by the Bulldogs. Benali to inbound. Oh, it was a jump ball, an alternating jump. As David's going to end up with a missed 3-pointer, that's going to be no good. And Benali, as well as, I believe that's Parker, go for it. Parker's going to throw the ball. Let's watch that on a replay here as he gets knocked out. That's number 11, Lee. And we're going to get a whistle as now we go back to our live action.
Looks like we got a technical foul. I didn't see exactly what happened, but
I didn't see exactly what happened either as we were looking at the replay, but it is a technical foul on the Bulldogs. Maybe we can, as number 24, Danette Sosi's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Danette Sosi's first shot is no good. 36-35. Here's Danette Sosi's second one. And it is good. And that ties us at 36-36 with 7:08 left.
So we've got momentum on Chinle's side. Let's see if Winslow can pick it back up.
I always think momentum's one of the scariest things.
Oh, it's so huge in basketball. So big.
As Parker with the ball. Now we're to Danette Sosi. And whistle, and we're going to have it out of bounds. As Winslow's going to get the ball. Panana to inbound to Benali. To David. Over to number 22, Nez. Ball is now on the ground, being knocked around. I think we're going to... No, I thought we were going to get a jump ball. There's Benali. Back to Benali, three-point. Wanted it, didn't. 30, Curtis misses it. Rebound, Wildcats. And that exchange there was fast, but there was still like 13 seconds on the shot clock as Lee's going to think about shooting a three. Now he sends it out to Tom. Tom. Over to Parker. Parker to his left. Left to right. That's number 23, Tom. Three-point shot, and that is good. As Royston Tom with the three-pointer that gives CHINLE a three-point lead.
Well, Thomas had a great second half. He was held scoreless in the first, and he's got seven points this second half.
Nez puts up a three-point shot that goes a long way, and I'm not sure, other than just trying to match what he did there, I think there's better shot selection the Bulldogs could have taken there, but nonetheless, CHINLE up by three, now with the ball, controlling it, and that going to be number 11, Lee with the miss. 34, Kinlichi with it. He brings it over to Parker. Parker on the near side. Now to Danette Sosi. Danette Sosi being guarded by David. Now to Parker. 22 seconds on the shot clock. Parker to his right. Parker at the top of the key, now to the right. Pass to Tom. Whistle and a timeout by the Wildcats. We're going to take it, folks. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
Want to go skiing or snowboarding? Visit our friendly Honda Outdoor Sports. We offer skis, snowboards, and helmet rentals, custom footbeds, ski and snowboard repairs, as well as retail shopping for your snow gear, goggles, beanies, snow tubing, and even ice fishing supplies. We have all you need to prepare you for the outdoors. We welcome you to Honda Outdoor Sports, located 1 mile west of the casino.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Welcome back to Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com. And real quick, before we go into the fourth quarter action here, we want to remind you that we will be right back here tomorrow. Excuse me, right back here on our YouTube channel, I should say, live from Snowflake High School as the Coolidge Bears travel up the mountain to take on the Snowflake Lobos. And the Snowflake Lobos play in their second game just 1 week away from being eliminated from the high school football playoffs. As we went to break, Jim brought up an interesting point. Jim, you said 12 minutes in. Go ahead and take it from there.
So we've got 12 minutes into this second half, and Winslow has got 5 points. So defensive effort by Wildcats has been greatly improved from the first half, and the biggest improvement, no second chance points for the Bulldogs this half.
As there's David over to the far side. That's going to be a three-point shot by Benali. And that is 3-pointers by Ian Benali. And that is a Comfort Fit Dentures three-pointer to tie it at 39. Now, Jim, I want to go back to halftime. CHINLE came out with 15 seconds left. And I want to speculate a little bit as the Wildcats go in, miss it, no good. You purely think that there was not many defensive adjustments as there's a three-point shot by the Wildcats, no good. You think it was all the coach giving them on effort.
There was an effort adjustment, truly an effort adjustment.
And that's a whistle and the foul. We're going to come back to that in a little bit.
It's just a different CHINLE team. They're playing way more enthusiastic, way more aggressive, and they're playing more fundamental. They're boxing out, not letting Winslow get in and get their second chance points.
So as CHINLE now goes up 41-39, I think with the speculation it might have been an effort thing, but do you think also that possibly, as here we have the free throw. Free throw's no good, rebounded by David. Do you think possibly said, hey, we take away those second chance points, we're back in this game?
Oh, yeah.
Because that might have been the only adjustment I think I've seen, is they have effectively wiped out. Now, what's the turnover battle looking like late here in the game?
So that's also been a huge turnaround from the first half. Winslow led it in the first half. They had less turnovers, but now Winslow's got 6, and CHINLE's got 3 for this second half.
So it's straight defense by the Wildcats and not allowing those second chance points, cleaning those boards. As whistle, and that's going to be knocked away, and that's going to be back to the Wildcats, and they have a chance to extend this lead a little bit. It's Danette Sosi with the ball. Danette Sosi over to Parker. Inside now to Kinlichi. Dribble, put up, no good shot by Parker. All right, we have Parker at the line to shoot a couple. And I didn't see who the foul was on, Jim.
That was on
Benali. Yeah. As Parker puts the first one down. And, Jim, I'm not sure what to think. Is that Parker's first points of the game?
That's Parker's first
That's
points of the
first
game.
point of the game as it gives his team a 42-39 lead, and he misses a second. But I can't underestimate Parker's effort as Benali now has the ball. Benali over to Panana. Panana guarded by Parker. Panana now over to Benali. Benali at the top of the key. He moves to his left. Inside to Curtis. Curtis dribbles, puts it up. Hard, but no, it's off the backboard. Rebounded by Danette Sosi. Danette Sosi's going to take the ball, cross over the time stripe, guarded by David. And Danette Sosi has it knocked away by Panana. Up front court to Benali. Benali to his left. Now he has it knocked away, but it's going to stay. As Danette Sosi knocked away, came all the way back down to play defense, knocks it out of bounds. That ball's going to belong to the Winslow Bulldogs.
You've got hustle plays on both sides right now.
Absolutely, and eliminating those second chance points, we're going to get a whistle. We're going to get a little bit of time called here. Benali to inbound. Inbound is to Curtis. Curtis, left, right, now he's give. Is inside back to number 20. That is Nez. Nez with his first points of the second half. Winslow, Wildcats with the ball. Lee, jump shot, good. Winslow comes back down on the opposite end. We're going to get a whistle, and we're going to get a foul, 44-41. Wildcats. Whistle and a foul, and that's going to put number 20, Lee, at the line to shoot a couple. And Lee has no points tonight. Is that what you have, Jim?
Yep, that's what I got.
First free throw is good, and that's Lee's first points of the game.
I tell you, when you get down these last couple minutes of the ball game, that pressure at the free throw line becomes way more intense. So to put these in, that's an impressive feat.
Second free throw, no good. Rebound is by the Bulldogs. That's sent out to him for a second chance shot, no good. And that's going to be a whistle, and it's going to be a foul as Lee brings in the rebound, and he's going to be whistled and fouled. We're going to get a whistle. We're going to timeout. We're going to take it to the Shola Forge presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you. Snowflake, Lakeside. And now, Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Welcome back to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com. And Jim, the story of the game tonight has got to be that third quarter, whatever was said at halftime, the adjustments that were made, if any, if it was just a matter of effort, because right now the CHINLE Wildcats are up 2 points with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. And at halftime, we weren't sure this was even possible.
No, you have their leading point man, Isaac David, with 12 points in the first half. He's been held scoreless the second half. It's just the defensive effort on him and the second chance points.
They've shut out his second chance points.
It's a big deal.
As CHINLE now with the ball, CHINLE's probably going to try to milk this shot clock down and milk for something good as Parker now brings the ball, clears it out. As Parker's going to get whistled closely guarded at the 28-foot line, and now that is going to go back to the Bulldogs with a chance to tie or possibly go ahead. Ball's into Curtis. Curtis over to Lee. To David. David into Curtis. Curtis goes. He's going to put him. He's going to be fouled. And Curtis was fouled kind of hard, but when he had that hesitation, that's what you expect as a big man. And let's just hope that is that a hack-a-shack type move? Or
I think so. I think you just
Curtis
you're already up in the air. You might as well make sure he doesn't get the ball.
Well, 1 for 2 at the line, so we know he can make them. He looks like he's come up pretty okay. Here's Curtis. Curtis's first shot is no good. 44-42, 1 minute and 48 seconds left. One thing I have not kept track of is timeouts, which is going to become important. Second free throw is good for Curtis. Curtis 50% on the night. Jeanette Sosi to inbound. Jeanette Sosi to Kinlachi. Over to Parker. Parker now past the Lee. Lee in front of the table. Lee drives, free throw line. Scooping free throw jumper, swiftly moving. That's going to bounce off. Rebound. Rebound is by number 24. That's Jeanette Sosi for 2. 46-43. 3-point lead for the Wildcats. As that is going to be Isaac Benali with a three-pointer. As that's going to be stolen, no. It's going to be given, and Wildcats, we're going to get a timeout. We're going to get a timeout. Whistle by Winslow. We're going to take it. 30 seconds. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
Welcome to Horn Auto Center. Gobble up all of these savings with our Black Friday deals going on all month long, like our very last 2024 2500 Chevy Duramax, $7,000 off, and we have a half-ton 2024 four-wheel drive crew cab RST, $12,200 off. Come on over to Horn Auto Center on the Deuce of Clubs or go to hornauto.com. We are the GMC Chevy store that saved you more.
Welcome back to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com. And Jim, talk about an exchange there is Winslow had the ball, CHINLE knocked it away, and I believe it was either Panana or Benali grabbed the ball and called for a timeout.
It was Isaac David. Hustled, went to the floor, got the ball, got the timeout, and it was a great hustle play by him.
And I don't think he had possession to the point where that could be called a traveling.
No. I mean, it was in his. I mean, he wasn't moving. He was straight on his stomach with the ball out in front of him.
Interesting. Stay tuned for our Honda Ski and Outdoor post-game show where we're going to name our Deemer's Glassman of the game, our Horn Auto Center drive of the game, which right now there's, no matter how this game ends, it's likely going to be the third quarter put up by CHINLE, the 12 minutes of the half, and then our Mountain Mobile Auto Glass player of the game, which I think is going to go either way depending on who wins this one. Winslow to inbound, tied 46-all. As the inbound is to Curtis. Curtis dribbles to his right, 8-foot jumper. He's going to get whistled, and it's going to be a travel. And the home crowd does not like that. 46-46, just hit under a minute left, and the crowd does not like that at all. But nonetheless,
Nope. As a basketball fan, you just want a good, hard-fought game, and this has been a great second half. Great comeback by the Wildcats. It's going to go down the wire.
As we're going to get a whistle and we're going to timeout. We're going to go ahead and take it, folks. There's so much more to come. 49 seconds is Shoulder Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learn a new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC. Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
Welcome back to Shoulder Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com. We'll take a little bit of chance to thank our sponsors, Shoulder Ford, Ace Hardware, Honda Ski and Outdoor, Northland Pioneer College, Coronado Center, Summit Regional Medical Center, Comfort Fit Dentures, and Mountain Mobile Auto Glass. As we come back, 49 seconds left, 46-46, if you can figure that out.
So it'll be interesting to see what CHINLE does here. Are they going to run the shot clock all the way down, or are they going to try to give a quick shot off? We'll see what the coach's got drawn up.
As Winslow hustles back on the court, and that's going to be number 24, Caleb Dinette-Sosi to inbound. Dinette-Sosi inbound, controlled by Lee. Lee now hands it over to Parker. Parker on the left side to number 24, Dinette-Sosi. Dinette-Sosi, there's a look. Pass inside, no good, knocked away. It's going to stay and belong to the CHINLE Wildcats. Dinette-Sosi to inbound. Over to Parker. Three-point shot. That is good. A Comfort Fit Dentures three-pointer by Caleb Dinette-Sosi. Winslow now down 3 with the ball. Shot clock is off. 49-46. Inside to David. Benali controls, knocked away, no good. And CHINLE controls it now as it's forward to Lee. Lee puts it up, and then Lee's going to be fouled, and that's going to be whistled. And that's going to be an intentional foul on number 15, Isaac Panana, as that's going to be Jaden Lee going to the line, and he's going to shoot a couple. And Jim.
He's got a couple shots, and CHINLE gets the ball back. So
Lee with no points this half. And so your big point scorers have been Caleb Dinette-Sosi, and I've kind of got my set on what I want to do here for these post-game awards. Accept the player of the game. And I'm thinking Dinette-Sosi, we've called his name a ton.
He's been all over the court. He's shot the ball well. He's played pretty good defense that second half.
He's done really well. As there's the free throw, that is no good. 14 seconds left. CHINLE, I don't want to say this could ice the game, but this could be a definite. As there's the second free throw, and that is good. That's going to give him a 4-point lead, and that's a little less attainable than a 3-point lead.
That free throw was huge. To put it at a 4-point lead with this much time left, that was very big.
And the intentional foul gives them the ball out of bounds, so they're going to be looking to foul here, as that's going to be Parker. Almost a backcourt violation, and that's going to be a whistle on Benali, and Benali's going to have his foul, and that's his 4th personal, and that's going to put Parker at the line to shoot.
It's the first time this half we've been in a bonus.
First time in this half we've been in the bonus. As the first free throw by Parker is good, as some of the Winslow faithful have started to exit the gymnasium. Beat the traffic on 66 tonight. Here's Parker's second free throw, good. And that gives them a 6-point lead. Winslow with the ball. Here's Benali. Forward now to Lee. And CHINLE is going to walk away with this one, 52-46. And I'm not sure we saw this coming at halftime. The score was 31-19 at halftime. We're going to go ahead and segue from Show Ford's presentation of high school basketball to Honda Ski and Outdoors post-game show. For the best selection of hiking, camping, hunting, and fishing gear, go to the Honda Ski and Outdoor store north of Pine Top on Highway 260, just before you go to the Honda Casino. The first thing we need to talk about is our Deemer's Glass man of the game. I'm going to go ahead and throw one out, Jim, in a losing effort, because he's the reason they were even in this game, is I got to go with Isaac David for the Bulldogs in a losing effort as my glass man.
You know, I 100% agree with you. That first half, he got a ton of rebounds, and a lot of them were second chance points, and even on the defensive side, he got a lot of boards. So I would have to agree with you on that.
Well, and 12 points, and we figure at least 8, if not 10 of those, 8 of those, were second half points.
Yep.
So congratulations to Isaac David, in a losing effort. Nonetheless, he is our Deemer's Glass man of the game. And our Horn Auto Center drive of the game has got to be the first 12 minutes of that third to fourth quarter.
Yep. CHINLE stepped up and played very, very good defense. I mean, at that point, 12 minutes left 6 minutes left in the game. Winslow only scored 5 points. So the defensive effort picked up substantially. And then what the biggest thing was the second chance points that Winslow did not get in that second half.
And I still don't know what the adjustment was made to make that happen. But like you said, it was an effort thing. Guys, we got to stop them. We got to box out and get rebounds. I mean, we got to play fundamental basketball. That's the simple, quote-unquote, Sunday school answer, but I think you're absolutely right on that.
Do you remember a offensive rebound by Winslow in that second half? I don't remember one.
I think one at the late fourth quarter that I remember. So that's how prevalent it was. It wasn't even that way, so not a bad thing. So our Horn Auto Center drive of the game is the entire CHINLE Wildcat team. The first 12 minutes, down 31-19 at halftime, was able to bring that back and eventually win the game 52-46. Now, our Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint player of the game. I'm going to go ahead and default to you on this one.
Well, you know, Kinlichi had a very good game. He was probably the most consistent on both halves. 4 points in the second half, and looks like he had 7 in the second. But then Denet Sosi, only 2 points in the first half, but he came to play in that second half. He had 2 huge 3-pointers, and then he had an additional 2 buckets and a free throw. So for me, if I'm gonna pick it, I'm gonna say Caleb gets it.
It's hard, and I 100% agree with it. It's hard to give a player of the game in a losing effort. We did see some great job by Winslow tonight, the play of David, but I 100% agree with you. Denet Sosi is our player of the game. Kinlichi, we can't underestimate his effort. He was consistent, but Denet Sosi in that second half, a huge reason they erased that Bulldogs lead. So congratulations to Caleb Denet Sosi and his entire CHINLE Wildcats team. For Aaron Hewish, Jim Johnston, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. Our sponsors, Sholo Ford, Ace Hardware, Honda Ski and Outdoor, Northland Pioneer College, Summit Regional Medical Center, Comfort Fit Dentures, and Mountain Mobile Auto Glass. For all of our production team, the real people who make these broadcasts possible, our sponsors for bringing it to you, I'm Aaron Hewish along with Jim Johnston. Good night from Winslow High School on Route 66. The final score tonight, the Winslow Bulldogs get defeated by the CHINLE Wildcats. CHINLE 52, Winslow 46. We're back tomorrow night from Snowflake High School, where the Coolidge Bears will take on the Snowflake Lobos. This has been Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
This has been Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 1067 KNKI Pinetop and iTalk1067.com. Brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Deemer's Glass, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center, Horn Auto Center, Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports, and Comfort Fit Dentures. This broadcast has been a copyrighted production of iTalk 1067 and Country Mountain Airways, a Kopaniki communication station. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of this broadcast without the express written consent of iTalk 1067 or Country Mountain Airways is strictly prohibited. For more information on this game and other games around the region, go to iTalk1067.com.